Hello everyone and welcome to Rob's Rogues. Whoop, left that in frame. So today we are taking a look at this brown box. Now, depending on how I tag this video, or if I put the description up here at the top somewhere, you may already know what this video is once I shoot the video. I've thought about leaving the description blank for a little bit to have people click on it and see what's in this package. Of course, I know what's in here because I can see it's from Things from Another World. I believe their website is thingsfromanotherworld.com. My wife had ordered this for me. So if you've seen some of my recent reviews, I'll be very happy to get what is inside of here, although I knew what she was ordering. She told me she was doing it. So I could complete something. So I've got my little letter opener here. Normally I don't do unboxing videos. I have whatever it is already out of package. But since I'm so eager to get this out of here, I will do the full unboxing, and maybe I won't do unboxing. And I can hear there is a ton of packing peanuts in here. So this will be one of those things I could hear my wife go, "Oh great, you opened up your thing and you got packing peanuts all over my nice floor." So hopefully I can do this without too minimal amount of fuss here. Sure, I'm going to use the letter opener because that'll be nice and neat. And it's not really sharp. A pair of scissors or an X-Acto knife or something just would have cut right through that and been just fine. So sometimes I see people do the unboxing videos and I'm like, oh really? You're going to do an unboxing video? But then it's always kind of cool to see the reaction of a person getting it. Although I know what this is. So I will get into why I'm unboxing it. And hopefully I don't get packing peanuts all over the floor. Not that they're too bad. But as you can see, or maybe you can't, Solve the Dark Knight Rises, and this is pretty cool. And one peanut there. Get this out of the way. And we will set up on the shelf. I don't know if you can see that right now. This is totally funny to me. On the package, it says Movie Masters Bane. It's not Bane. Who is it? It's Ra's al Ghul. That is entirely too funny. I was almost ticked there just for a second because I pulled him out of the box like this and I saw that guy didn't say Bane, did it? And I saw the black boots and I'm like, oh, it's Ra's. It actually says Bane. That is entirely too funny. Almost went completely nuts that my wife said she ordered Ra's al Ghul and I'm getting a Bane figure. Wow, I don't know if that's happened to the few of us now that have Ra's al Ghul. Does your figure say Bane? God, this even brings up the next part of the question. As hard as this figure was to find, that of course I did not buy him in retail at all, thinking, well, I wanted to share this with you. Hopefully it doesn't have the credit card information on it. My wife will be a little ticked for sharing that. I'll just kind of look at Bane here. Bane. No, I don't think it does. But I will show you on this spot that I can. I'll fold this over. The price that I paid for this. Product cost $21.95 with a shipping cost of $4.99. So for Bane here, it's was $21. That's still a little more expensive if you go to Walmart or Target, Meijer, or wherever you might get these figures in retail, which is where they're supposed to be. That he would be $16.99, I believe, at Walmart, $17.99 at Meijer, some different places. Target, I think, may have them for $17.99 also. So paying $21 isn't that bad, but you tack on the $4.99. So, you know, it does bring it up a little bit more, obviously. But that is entirely too funny. That it says Bane here. And, you know, I kind of half wonder were they all like this, that people said, no, I'm sorry, we don't have any Ra's al Ghul in the back, it only says Bane, because I've called some places, and I would have thought people would have known, but if it's just somebody working at a Toys R Us or a Target or wherever, would they have known? I've got to believe that this is an error in packaging. So I'll probably say this again with the John Blake figure. My wife ordered this one. She tried to find both at the same place and couldn't. John Blake is going to come from Amazon, and he's going to be the most expensive figure that I have bought from this line. I think she said we paid $35 or something like that for the figure. Then you tack on, I think it may have met their Super Savers shipping, which would be free shipping, but still. Doing this whole line here, I kind of wanted people to be able to see the figure if people hadn't seen what Ra's looks like in the package. That, you know, the whole thing is getting to put this bat signal together that I really want to do. You know, this lovely bat signal, I think it's going to be very good. But now with these last two figures being sought after by a lot of people and the prices are really going up, now I'm looking at the figure going, should I open it? Should I just keep Ra's and John Blake in the package because people are trying to find them so bad that am I going to hurt their collectability or their, you know, later in life when my kids want to resell, they said, well, if you would have kept, you know, Ra's al Ghul in his package, he'd have been worth so much more because he was so hard to find. And now that I have this that says Bane on it, you know, that makes it even more of a collectible. But at the end of the day, I'm sitting here looking at it going, I want to put this bat signal together. I want this figure out on my shelf. If I happen to run across another one somewhere, great. Am I going to find it probably with the name Bane on it? I doubt it. So like I said, well, first we'll just take a look at the back of the box here. They've moved out Alfred and Batman and Bane from the package, and now we just see the last three remaining figures that make up the bat signal. It'll be Catwoman, John Blake, GCPD Blake, and Ra's al Ghul, Ra's al Ghul. Ra's is how they said it in the movie. So as you can tell, Ra's is the back piece back here that actually has the light bulb, and I believe somebody said there's instructions in here and everything. So that I'm kind of interested too. Like I said, normally I don't do the unboxing on camera. I think just the pulling of the plastic always just tends to annoy me. I'm going to put this back up here, but just because of the figure that it is, I'm just going to pop this open on the back. And as I bet people are going, no, don't open it, it's such a hard figure to find, and yours says, you know, Bane on it. You know what, I want to put this, pardon my language, I want to put this damn thing together, so screw the collectability of it. That's what we're doing here. Because at the end of the day, a figure is meant to be played with. It's meant to have some life on your shelf. I don't know if I got my face in that film or not. Wasn't too bad, hopefully. This is the part I don't like, is that plastic. I'm sure on the high-def camera it just sounded wonderful for everybody. Set that off to the side, and we have a look at Ra's al Ghul from A League of Shadows. Good look at his face here. I've seen his face on a couple of people's videos, and he kind of has a look on his face, the way they have his lips kind of puckered right there. I think when anybody makes an action figure, if their mouth isn't completely straight, they try to give him a growl or a snarl. If you've seen the Batman, Clayface Batman, or the, not that Batman, excuse me, the, because I swapped his head, the Batman Legacy Batman, the modern Batman, or the Sinestro Corps Batman, where they gave him that growl, kind of makes him look silly if they got him in a weird smile. They always kind of look a little funny. So it looks like he's getting ready to say something like, you want to join the League of Shadows? I mean, it's not horrible, but they could have done without that. They just could have given him a a little meaner look on his face. But does it look like Liam Neeson? That's pretty close. I mean, you know who it is. If you've seen the movie, if all the figures are standing there, now if he was just off to his side and this is the only one I got, somebody would say, who's that dude? But I think in the context of the other figures on the shelf, you know who it is. It's basically the exact same suit and body from all. If you take his head off, this could be Alfred, this could be Harvey Dent, this could be a thug. So it's the same body. It's a black. Should have brought my Alfred out here, and I bet it would look almost identical. The only difference, obviously, is the gloves here, and he doesn't have the nice boots. It's still a nice looking figure, simple, simplistic. This is as he was depicted in the Dark Knight, Batman Begins. He was in the Dark Knight Rises, for those people that haven't seen it, spoiler. And the mask that he wore in Batman Begins. I may have just said the wrong movie earlier, but yes, he wore his mask in Batman Begins, which is why he's on the black. This is when he shows up to Bruce Wayne's home before lighting it on fire. Because he said in the movie, you burn my house to the ground, I burn your house to the ground. So there he is with his mask on. That's pretty tight around the face. So that's really pretty cool. Take that off. Again, it's one of these accessories. It's cool to have. I may have him holding it, which was what I'll probably end up doing, is I'll probably put it in his hand so he can hold on to it. I won't have him really wear it, but it'll just be kind of there. But hey, I could put this on. I might put it on. So, and here is my Bruce Wayne, my Harvey Dent body, which you could tell it's the same suit. The buttons are on the opposite side if I look at this. This is from the Dark Knight, so it looks like they kind of mirrored a couple things differently. But it's basically the exact same suit. Pleats and folds in the jacket are exactly the same. So it's kind of cool to have my the first Batman suit that Bruce wears, the prototype suit. I took that head off, put it on this Harvey Dent body, and there you go. I have a Bruce Wayne to stand with Ra's al Ghul. Or you can bring in, even though these two versions of the characters did not appear on film together, they look pretty good. So, and now on to the main event. We'll put Ra's up here, as this is his review, is the bat signal. And here is the piece of the bat signal. And I gotta tell you, I thought this light, the actual light bulb coming out of here, was going to be a much larger piece. I thought it was going to be a decent size, almost like a Christmas tree light bulb. Like an old school Christmas tree light bulb, if you know what I mean, where the light bulb is like that big, a nice big and fat. So this light must be pretty small. There's some screws here, which I imagine you'd be able to get a light at some point, I think, if this one burnt out somehow. This does come with a set of directions, which I haven't really seen anybody talk online about. And it appears that I'm going to have to take off this back plate and put in the actual batteries for it, which I do not have. I forgot to grab the batteries. Could leave the camera running and run into the next room, but if I don't find them right away. So I think I'll probably save that for the John Blake review. But I do believe, by just looking at these directions really quick, that I can put this together and the batteries can be put in after the fact. Yes, it can. So I'm really happy to get this part together. So it looks like I do this right here. Yeah. It's always weird with these collecting connects, trying to make sure you get them in the right area that they are. You would think, yeah. Really, Rob, do you know what you're doing? No, not a clue. There we go. A snapping sound is always a good sound in collect and connect, unless it's the snapping sound of, hey, you just broke your figure. So, there we are. And I do have the Commissioner Gordon's shattered lens that you could put in here to give you the overall size and scope of how long it's going to look, you know, proportion to Roz here. So that would technically be the completed bat signal. Obviously, it's the shattered lens as we tip Roz right off the side here. So this thing that has been the bane of my existence trying to collect, I am down to one figure. One figure, folks. I can't believe it. So I'll pull this front lens off. And there we are. So yes, I had to pay, I believe what I said, $21.59 for it. That's all right to, I mean, granted, he should have been a $16, $17 figure. No muss, no fuss, and I'd have been happy with it. Let me get in a little closer here. You know, if you've seen my rant video, the basic gist of it is, if you make 100 of these guys, you need to make 100 of these guys, so the 100 people that bought this guy can complete this thing right here. But they didn't, and that's a good old Mattel for you. So anyway, I'm not going to turn this into a rant video. Hopefully you didn't mind the unboxing and the funny moment of seeing that Ra's al Ghul says that he is Bane on the front of the box, which did bring me a laugh. So that's going to wrap it up for this. I may be holding out. I have the Joker and Two-Face and the Harvey Dent body here to review. I thought about putting them in between Roz and hopefully John Blake, but I think John Blake should be arriving sometime this week, so I think I'm going to hold off uploading another video and wait for John Blake to complete this whole thing. Then we'll talk about the Dark Knight Rises figures, and some people have been asking me what I have thought about the Dark Knight Rises movie as a whole, so I will get into that as well. So we'll end this review right here. As always, this is Rob for Rob's Rogues signing off and saying we will see you guys next time.